A pleasant good morning and welcome to Fucal News Summary. 15 minutes of news bulletin capturing Liberia, Africa, and our one war. My name is Lyndon Tobai, anchor in this segment of Fucal. A pleasant good evening from outside Liberia's capital. Welcome to Fucal News Summary. 15 minutes of news capturing Liberia, Africa, and our one war. My name is Lyndon Tobai, anchor in this morning presentation. In the headlines, Liberia NPA boss Sekou Dukli on a police investigation over 3.6 million fraud allegation. Denials claim counters with fraud case against accuser. Front page Africa reports sparks action. Gender ministry rescue children from rock crushing labor. Vows education and support. EPA document debunks Senator Tywin's claim, says ArcelorMittal follow all environmental law, and away from home, Trump administration demands action from 36 countries to avoid travel ban. These and many more are all packaged. We're taking a short break. We'll come back. We bring you the news bulletin. Welcome back and thanks for rejoining us. The Liberia National Police have launched a criminal investigation into allegation involving NPA Managing Director Sekou Dukli and the Chinese investor Jan Dan. Yan lawyer alleged Dukli solicited funds for joint ventures, including a water plant and a mining company, but diverted large sums for personal luxury spending. They further claim Yan paid for Dukli's China trip, business class travel, Rolex watches, and real estate renovation while receiving nothing in return from the partnerships. In response, Dukli denied wrongdoing, accusing Yan of masterminding a scam to defraud Chinese investors by selling fake equity in a company he didn't fully own. Police have since confirmed that the case is under an investigation as both parties filed complaints, leaving a spiral of conflicting accusations and the court battle in progress. The Ministry of Gender has removed children from the Hazadia rock crushing site in Douazan following a powerful front page Africa report that exposed their exploitation. In response to the publication, the ministry team swiftly intervened, halted the labor, met with parents, and launched an emergency child support plan. The rescue plan includes scholarship for the 2025-2026 school year, summer grant to parents, and continuous monitoring under the Street Child Project. Official warned parents against child exploitation, citing Liberia's child protection law and avoid and vowing legal actions for future violations. Community leaders and single model praised the media role, calling the government quick response a hopeful turning point for the children's future. Documents obtained from the environmental protection agencies, including a comprehensive environmental assessment, has strongly disproved Senator Tywin's claims against ArcelorMittal's newly dedicated project in Nimba. It can be recalled Senator Tywin's lodged a formal complaint against ArcelorMittal before the Liberian Senate, alleging breach of the EPA regulations in the construction of the iron ore concentrator. According to the ISAD report done by an international consultant, among other things highlighted environmental measures of the social and safety measures of the project. According to the findings, the EPA approved and renewed permits based on 21 detailed reports, including air quality tests, biodiversity assessment, and the resettlement action framework confirming no displacement occurred. Despite public consultation and legal documentation, Senator Tywins argued that AML acted unlawfully, raising concerns over the motives behind his persistent accusation. Authorities said the verified facts demonstrate AML's adherence to environmental laws, warning against political misinformation, which risks eroding Liberia's regulatory credibility. Fear gripped residents of Baptist communities in Dupuru when alleged armed robbers stormed the region firing live bullets. According to eyewitness, the alleged operation occurred at 1:50 a.m. on Tuesday, largely targeted the home of local money changer, causing panic among community dwellers. Eyewitnesses further cited that the suspected gunmen fired multiple rounds, thus forcing residents to stay indoors and further preventing community dwellers from contacting authorities. While no life has been lost to the alleged incident, the victim, whose house was targeted, sustained serious injuries. Police arrived at the scene little after the alleged assailants had fled. Initial investigation conducted by the law enforcement body led to the discovery of a single barrel gun along with other 20 bullet shells, some of which has been used in the suspected robbery. The Economic Community of West African States, in partnership with the Legislature Joint Committee on Administration, Finance, Macroeconomic Policies, Research, and Public Account, have commenced a 5-day conference in Monrovia. The initiative held under the theme Assessing Effectiveness of ECOWAS Investment Policy as an instrument for addressing the rising level of unemployment in the sub-region. During the conference, participants are expected to dialogue on the causes of unemployment in the region and propose actionable solutions to address them. A group calling itself All Gender Right Equal Empowerment has threatened unspecified actions against Montserrat County Senator Darius DeLong if he continues to embarrass Labor Minister Copo Crow. The group describes Senator DeLong's actions against Labor Minister as a mere witch hunt, which according to them seeks to repair his lost confidence with Montserrat County electors ahead of 2029. Minister Copo Crow is currently on a probe by the Liberian Senate for allegedly issuing work permits to foreigners, thus denying Liberian job opportunity. But in a release, the group won against Senator DeLong's alleged misinformations in the face of clarification by the Ministry of Labor. This is a reminder that you are listening to the program Fucal News Summary, 15 minutes of news presentation covering Liberia, Africa, and our pleasant one world. In the headlines, NPA balls Sekou Dukley on a police investigation for over 3.6 million fraud allegation. Denies claim counters with fraud case against accuser. Front page Africa reports PAC action as gender ministry rescue children from raw crushing labor, vows education and support. EPA document debunks Senator Tawen's claim, says ArcelorMittal follow all environmental law. And away from home, Trump administration demands action from 36 countries to avoid travel ban. Let's take a short break. When we come back, we bring you a continuation of our news bulletin. Welcome back and thanks for rejoining us on this presentation. Two members of the House of Representatives are participating in the African Group of Negotiators meeting held in Germany. The delegation include Anthony Williams and Emmanuel Down, alongside G.D. Amman, Deputy Ministers for Legal Affairs at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and a team from the Environmental Protection Agency. The Tuesday meeting witnessed Liberia's lawmakers actively engaged in policy dialogue, leveraging their legislative oversight and ensuring that the nation's priorities are met on Africa's unified climate agenda. The move underscores Liberia's commitment to climate diplomacy and positions the country to advocate for access to clean energy solutions for vulnerable communities. A group calling itself Concerned Unity Party partisans has strongly accused the Boubacar Koum administration of shielding loyalists implicated in corruption while targeting opposition members. In the release, the group described the move as a politically motivated witch hunt, which according to them erode the principles of good governance and undermines the democratic values of the country. The group further alleged interference into the ongoing corruption investigation conducted by the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, citing several corruption scandals at various institutions, namely National Oil Company of Liberia, the National Fisheries and Aquaculture, among others. Concerned Unity Partisan members further alleged that members of numbers of individuals have been recently suspended from office. Not all of them were directly involved in fraud. The group argued that selective enforcement raises serious doubt about the Black High School administration's sincerity in promoting transparency and accountability. In response, officials from both the executive and the LCC declined to address the allegation directly, but emphasized that investigation is ongoing in accordance with the law of the country. President Joseph Boakai has with immediate effect suspended Abdullah Kamara from his position as acting chairman of the Board of Commissioners of the Liberia Telecommunications Authority. The release indicates the President Boakai decision followed a report from the General Auditing Commission highlighting serious allegations of corruption and financial mismanagement. The finding linked Kamara's grave financial misconduct while serving as Chief Executive Officer of Tama Corporation, especially in transactions involving public funds. In his letter addressed to Kamara, the Liberian chief executive emphasized that the suspension reflects his government commitment to transparency and accountability, adding that this decision goes without pay. Meanwhile, the Liberian leader has ordered Mr. Kamara to fully comply with the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission and the Ministry of Justice to facilitate the ongoing investigation. The Bond County Student Union has expressed deep concern over the actions of Representative Marvin Cole for allegedly neglecting library project. The union contends that despite laying claim to initiating the project, Representative Cole is yet to complete the facility after reportedly receiving US $50,000 from former Vice President Joel Howard Taylor. According to a release, the group alleged that the project has been used for open defecation, something which they described as embarrassing. They further alleged, despite materials being available for the completion of the project, the lawmaker have diverted it for his personal use. Meanwhile, Representative Marvin Cole is yet to respond to allegations made against him by the union, despite efforts to get his comment. And Trump administration demands action from 36 countries to avoid travel ban. The Trump administration has given 36 countries, most of them in Africa, a Wednesday deadline to commit to improving vetting or face a ban on their citizens visiting the United States. The Trump administration's in a weekend diplomatic cable sent by the State Department instructs embassies and consulates in the 36 countries to gauge their host country willingness by Wednesday to improve their citizens' travel documentation and take steps to address the status of the nationals who are in the United States illegally. The cable, which was described as the Associated Press, asked the country to take action to address the U.S. concern with insisted days or rates being added to the current travel ban, which now includes 12 nations. Of the 36 new countries targeted, 25 are in Africa. It is the latest step by the Trump administration to crack down on those who overstayed their visa and tie U.S. entries from certain countries to potential national security risks. Trump has said some countries have deficient screening and vetting and have historically refused to back on their citizens. Some countries condemned the travel restrictions and vowed reciprocal actions, while other resettlement groups say the ban sows divisions. Now, to end this news, we recap all of the major stories we have been following very closely on this news presentation. Liberia NPA boss Sekou Dukli under police investigation for over 3.6 million fraud allegation. Denounce claim counter with fraud case against accuser. Front page Africa reports spark action. Gender ministry rescue children from rock crushing labor. Vows education and support. EPA document debunks Senator Tywin's claim says Asalameta follow all environmental law and away from home. Trump administration demand action from 36 countries to avoid travel ban. This is Fucal News Summary. My name is Lyndon Chokba. I present a good morning.